Good morning, America. I know we're in some dark times right now. I get it. We have a coming to Jesus moment, and now I forget that we have a WTF moment. I want to quote to you what Tupac has said, and you know where this is going to be going. A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A soldier dies but once. Now, I know mainstream media had let us down. Yeah, I'm going to call you out, Joe and Mika. Y'all went down to Mar-a-Lago and kissed the ring. Oh, no, 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 no. We ain't going to say the golden ring. We're going to call it the golden ass. Since you kissed the golden ass, now you make an ass out of yourself because what you showed us was you have no backbone. 33rd president, FDR said, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. And this was during the dark times in American history known as World War II. And during the beginning of World War II, it was not looking good for the Allies until we stepped in. Here's the thing, what Winston Churchill had learned from his life lesson. I'm not going to call it a mistake. I'm going to call it a life lesson. So there was communication about territories. Hitler told him that, oh, we would stop at Poland. Churchill said, okay. And what happened was he gave in, or it's called appeasement. Appeasement means giving in to the oppressor, giving in to the insurrectionist, giving in to your enemy to compromise your soul. But what happened during the Blitzkrieg, when Hitler decided to attack Britain, and this is where Winston Churchill made his fireside chat, gathered up the English people and resist Hitler's war machine known as the Blitzkrieg. Yeah, I'm doing American history, world history, because that's not your wheelhouse, but that's okay. I'm doing it for you, so you don't have to. But basically, what I'm getting is Joe and Mika went to the white Diddy party on Mar-a-Lago, got greased up with baby oil, and took it. Why did they take it? Because they were afraid that the president was going to go after their careers, because he did say this, and this is not no fake news. So people who think this is fake news, they say, oh, he ain't going to do that. That's preposterous. No, he gave you the outline of the playbook. He told you he's going to try to be a dictator in day one. Look what he's doing. He's trying to push his cabinets from the back door, and we haven't reached January 21st of 2025 when the change of power happens. Will this be now the difference between this exchange of power versus the 2020 exchange of power? It was peaceful. There was nothing about 2020 being peaceful, because he was denying that the stuff being stolen from him. Now, America, if you truly love your country, I remember on the coin and the dollar, if you get a chance, people, look at a quarter, look at your dollar. What does it say? It doesn't say, in Trump we trust. No, it says, in God we trust. And that was coined by our fathers who were Christians. Now, speaking of Christians, I'm going to take a couple biblical sayings. They said we're supposed to sit down and break bread and make peace. Now, I know Jesus said, make peace with your enemies. But Jesus didn't say, give up your beliefs and take it like Diddy with baby oil. Basically, I'm showing disappointment in the Christian community, because if you get a chance, people in the Christian community, look at the cover of Vanity Fair with the president-elect, co-conspirator, 34-time indicted, twice impeached. Now, on the Christian right, I want to ask this question. Out of the Republican Party, well, I can't say Republican Party now, I'll call it MAGA. How many presidents have gotten, now besides Nixon, who resigned, how many presidents got indicted 34 accounts. Got impeached not once. Okay, Clinton got impeached once, but he beat that. I'm not trying to make this a bash on the right. I'm not trying to make a bash with Christianity. I'm just saying we're at a coming to Jesus moment, and we need to come together, and we need to hear people's voices from the left and right. So the people who voted for Harris, who were on the conservative right, I hear their grievance. And I know their grievance. They don't want to lose their core principles and more principles to someone who is just in for itself. They're not for the people. They're not for the country. Now, let's go back to the Roman history. This is a pivotal moment for Bruticus and the Senate. Bruticus loved Caesar with all his heart. Look up to him like a father figure. I can't remember one of the senators' names, but he said, Bruticus, you're a man of virtue and you're for your country. You gotta make a choice today. Love for your country or for the love of Caesar. Well, it didn't. To make a long story short, it didn't end well for Caesar. Bruticus led the charge. Caesar got assassinated. To the American people, especially on the ones on the right, who remaining on the ones on the right. Do you truly love your country, or are you willing to follow Trump to hell? Because that's what he's going to leave you to. He's going to leave your Christian morals and what's left in your moral compass straight down to hell. Because you are looking for a savior, which that's not a savior. That's a false prophet who's trying to proclaim himself above God by saying man is over a law, which there's no man above the law. There is no man above God. Now, I know people say, I'm scared to death. It's good to be scared. If you're not scared, then you're a damn fool. Now, here's the thing about fear. Fear could do two things on motivation. Fear can make you fight and put a dang on good one, or you're going to run and tuck your head between your legs, like what happened on the other side. Now, I got a news flash shocking today, or shocker. The gates of hell have folded. Matt Gaetz had dropped out of being a United States Attorney General. Wow. How coincidental. And why was that? Because Marlon Taylor Greene, an unlikely ally, well, I can't say she's an ally, told the Republican Party, if you choose this person who, AKA, have all these charges of sexual misconduct as United States Attorney General, then I'm going to expose all your dirty ditty doings. And he dropped out. Weird. Now, see, if one person could say enough's enough, and she was the nut job of the party, then there is hope. No, I'm not trying to be the little orphan Annie or the Pollyanna. I'm giving it to you real. And I hear channels who are frustrated with the mainstream media because I'm gonna be honest with you, the Democrats, y'all got sucker for trusting the Wall Street Journal. We got sucker for trusting Joe and Mika. We got comfortable because we thought the mainstream media was gonna do it right. You know, the mainstream media is just like the president-elect, a traitor. We got betrayed. Now, I'm going to quote this from the Bible. What prosper a man to gain the world at the cost of his own soul? I'm going to say this to you one more time, and this is going to Joe and Mika. What prosper a man to gain the world at the cost of his own soul. So, Joe and Mika, if your ratings and your jobs are more than important than what's going on and the moral compass of the United States, then you have sold your soul to the devil. If you think by going to Mar-a-Lago to kiss the golden ass to save your careers, you're sadly mistaken, because like Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, Nikki Haley, Ron DeSantis, he's going to turn around and he's going to make a mockery of you. Joe, you stood up for your wife because he picked on your wife 4 years ago, or maybe 2016. You took a stand. Joe Scarborough, what the hell happened? What made you now from I am tired of my party not taking a stand and correcting this dude to I'm kissing the golden ring? Really? That shows you don't have no backbone. This shows that you just gave up. You just wrote your own death certificate because you just gave in to an appeaser. Now you're at his bidding. To the American people, you seen that example. You don't want to do that. Now, yes, times may be tough, and you think they might be great. Don't throw in the towel. December 7th, 1941, the day of the enemy, Pearl Harbor, when the Japanese had came and attacked and sunk, I think, the Pacific Fleet in Hawaii. Yes, the Pacific Fleet. Did America sit down and had their head between his legs? Oh, the Japanese sunk our fleet. They came and attacked. Oh, hell no. We got up, like, I ain't gonna say the name of the level, and saying we ain't going nowhere. We ain't gonna bow down to the Japanese Empire. We ain't bowing down to Hitler. We ain't bowing down to the Italians. We ain't bowing down to Russia. We're gonna fight for our country, like it or not. Now, 1993, we did have an attack on the first attack on the World Trade Center. That was awakening. And yes, also 1996, we had an attack on our own soul by our own people. It was known as Oklahoma. Now, speed up to 2001, 9/11, when the 12 tires got decimated. Did we take that line down? Oh no. Even though it was 11 years, we gave them 11 years of reckoning. Now, we need to have safeguards, and to each state, put up your own rails of safeguards. Don't look for a savior. Look into yourself. I shout out to Linda Bound 911 and V at the slap. Stop having the imposter syndrome. Stop having this self-doubt that you don't believe in yourself. Because you know what? Look into yourself. Don't look into others, but look into yourself and ask yourself, do you have the fight in you to fight for what you believe in? Do you have the fight in you to seek the truth? Granted, there's times I say, forget this country, but I believe that we can correct the course of history. I hear you, politics girl. I hear your voice loud and clear. I hear you, Michael Coppola, from Legal AF. I hear you, Michael Cohen, for democracy. I hear all these channels. David Packman, I hear your voice. Midas touch, I hear your voice. My advice to you is keep the truth coming. Let the people be awake to know what's really going on. Democracy have not fallen yet because on average, I said on average, in Germany, their democracy fell in 6 months. In the Philippines, the democracy fell in 6 months. But do we have to be that country to let our democracy fall? No. The problem with America, I'm not criticizing this country, but I see a problem. The problem is we got too comfortable. We got too complacent. We had this mindset that, oh, this ain't gonna happen to us. We're the greatest country on this nation. On this planet. We got a constitution that's foolproof. Well, newsflash, America, and I hope you're waking up to this now. Now we got ourselves a Donald Trump who's willing to bend and test the waters of the Constitution. Now, here's the thing. It took the Republican Party 50 years to undo Roe versus Wade. Now, if you believe in your rights, you stand up. And you got a voice, you got a choice. My mom, Linda Ballard, always said, you always got a choice. You may not like the outcome, but you got a choice. And this is coming from a cancer survivor. Yes, right now, America has this cancer. And we need to treat the cancer. How are we going to treat the cancer? Let's first of all, we need to define what the cancer is. What is the source of the cancer? The source of the cancer, I'm going to be like Vondell. I'm not going to use disinformation, misinformation. I'm going to straight out say it. It's straight out lies and bullshit. And it's like the game when you're growing up playing called telephone. You start off with the truth, but down the line, the truth get misconstrued and the messages got totally distorted. Social media, distorted information. Okay, gave us a lie. I'm going to straight out lie. The networks, CNN, Joe and Mika, you gave us a lie. How you gave us a lie? You made this behavior normal. What's so normal about telling the people that it's okay to have these intentional behaviors? It's not okay. It's not okay that we didn't look into the psychiatric evaluation of this individual. It's not okay to say, oh, he's joking. It's not going to happen. WTF. It is happening. Everything that the president-elect said, and you didn't take heed through his rallies. He kept saying it. He kept repeating it over and over again. He is going to do. I feel my heart goes out to a Latino community. I don't know why you voted for him, but guess what? Now, mass deportations. You think he was not going to do it? He is going to do it. He's going to take your loved ones and split them up. Like them, love them. Barack Obama, number 44, said, know this. I'm going to say it again. Barack Obama, president, number 44, said, know this. You can't make this up. I'm going to say, know this. We're not going to take this lying down. Some of the networks I mentioned, keep fighting, keep pushing the truth out there. The only way we could have safeguards is to have a wagon train, make it circle around, and keep the lies out and defend what is right. What is right is democracy. What is right is moral compass. Spike Lee said it best in the movie, do the right thing. America, if you got fight left in you, do the right thing. Email, write, call your senators and say, hey, we do not like this. Hey, you got to do something about this. We put you in power. You work for us, we the people, not you for Donald Trump. Now, I say this again to all the senators out there, especially the ones on the right. If you got some balls and tenacity, when power change, do the right thing. You were voted by the American people. You were not voted by Donald J. Trump, a 34-time convicted felon, a 2-time president that was convicted, a person who could have coercion with the Russians in the 2016 election, a person who kisses dictators like Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-il's ass because he admires them, because he want to turn the United States into a Russia or North Korea or maybe a China. He loves power for himself. The Constitution stated, I'm gonna say it loud and proud. The Constitution stated, we the people of the United States of America. I'm gonna say this again to get clear through your head. We the people of the United States of America. Do you see Donald Trump's name anywhere on the Constitution? No. Our founding fathers have established a Constitution to safeguard your rights. Joe Mika, I'm going to say this to you. It's called the Bill of Rights. Freedom of press, religion, speech, assembly. That's right. So by kissing the golden ass, Joe Mika, you just gave up your First Amendment right, the freedom of press and speech, because now you're gonna be doing his bidding. Now you're gonna spread his lies. What gains or profits a man to have the whole world at the cost of his soul? Now, like V from Van Dam and then about 911 Health said it best. Don't enable these people. Don't have the imposter syndrome of that you can't do something, or the lack of, or being in denial. Wake up. Democrats, we were looking for a savior in the media. We were looking for saviors at CSNBC, Joe Mika, CNN. We were thinking they were gonna do it right, but in the end, they were like a Benedict Arnold and betrayed you. Don't take this lying down and saying, now what? The answer to the now what is, sit back, evaluate the situation, and look, okay, this social network broke down here. Where we go from here? You move forward, a 10 hut, forward march. Look into yourself. believe, and to achieve. Build your own community and safeguards. Because what is going to happen in the next 4 years? It's gonna be a fight. I'm not saying direct a fight, but a fight for our democracy. A fight to preserve what's true for today and the future. We need to hold these truths dear. In the Battle of Gettysburg, Lincoln had made the Gettysburg Address that the people who have died in that battle had died for a cause. Lincoln said it best about preserving the Union. Like it or not, Lincoln was about preserving the Union. Lincoln said this: if I have to keep slavery to keep the Union, then so be it. If I have to let the slaves go with the Emancipation Proclamation to save the Union, so be it. Abraham Lincoln had a tough choice. True leaders don't buckle down. They stand up and look in the face of diversity and stare the challenge face to face. Lincoln was a unifier and believed in what's doing right to preserve and protect the Union. My father, rest in peace, Lavelle Garrett, military man, 20 years Army. He said it best: protect the unit at all costs. Donald J. Trump haven't served a day in his life. The only thing he was serving is hors d'oeuvres. The only thing he can serve is running his mouth. The only thing he can serve is himself. People, a narcissist. It's like the Highlander. If you get a chance, look up the movie, The Highlander, and watch it. The theme of The Highlander can only be one. Now, right now, what's going down in Mar-a-Lago is a clown show, because you got a room of narcissists sucking out the oxygen because they're all narcs. They're trying to outshine the other one. And what Barack Obama, Abraham Lincoln, Dwight D. Eisenhower, even Bush, Clinton, Biden, Reagan in some ways brought the nation together. Donald J. Trump is known as two things: commander in grief, because he always complained about his grievances, what belongs to him, and don't have the best interests of the nation. And he is the great divider. I was watching David Pakman one day, and Midas Touch, and letters was coming in. And there was a couple of stories that stuck out. I was trying not to laugh. There's a story that came in about a husband and wife. The husband voted for Trump, the wife voted for Harris. Before then, they was happy and giggling. Then the following week, the wife served him some divorce papers. Didn't say nothing at all. Served him some divorce papers and said, "Congratulations, you gave me my death certificate. Now you're going to figure out what it was like to get F by a Democrat." And I'm sitting here like, oh. There was this So I'm going to give you the rules of encounter, the rules of war, one of the rules. And this one of the dictator's major recipe for success. Spread lies, cause confusion and conflict. Divide and conquer. That's how you win a war. Once you divide and once you divide, there's nothing left to take over, bit by bit. In the war in Iraq, what the enemies do, divide and conquer. Well, you take, there's a convoy that comes through. You blow up the middle truck where you separate the convoy, and you take it down one by one. In the black community, over 400 years ago, and Vondel gave historical facts that it took African Americans 400 years to get where we are today, to the president to put us back on plantations, or even worse, concentration camps. There was a letter written by a slaveholder or trader named by Willie Lynch. He is called the Willie Lynch Doctrine. And he said, in order to prevent a revolt on the plantation, you turn the slaves against each other. The field slaves against the outside slave, the light colored slaves against the dark slaves, the young and old. Create mistrust. Once you create mistrust, divide and conquer. They will bend to your way. Willie Lynch Doctrine. Look it up. Now, I've been doing a lot of thinking and reflecting on 2025. Did we get it right? We got it wrong. If you go focus on 920 pages of A Handmaid's Tale, then you could read The Cult of Trump, or When Enough's Enough by Mary Trump, Russian Roulette. There's so many books about the president-elect and how dangerous it is. We ignore that. We're so focused on the horrors of Project 25, we got distracted and we got blindsided with his win. We thought, and this is what we got comfortable about. Everything that was going bad for him, it was kind of like Tupac. Against all odds, he beat all odds. How he beat all odds? We had our faith in mainstream media. We had faith in CNN. Here's the crazy thing about CNN. I don't know, y'all pay attention to this. When Biden was in, CNN kept attacking Biden's mental health, continuity, him being too old. Is he fit to do the job? Now, was CNN in the cahoots of Trump when they made these attacks? Now, when Kamala stepped in, now it's like talking about Trump being all this. This is strictly opinion. I don't think, no, I take that back and I hold to my convictions. He is not fit for the job. He was not fit in 2016. I sure damn well he's fit in 2024 to lead a nation. Where the APA could have stepped in and did a psych evaluation on this man, but they backed out. Comcast, when they got news of the predecessor, they broke up the mainstream media channels. Why? You have to ask the question why. My mother always say, don't take part of the picture, you look at the whole picture. Then you got Joe and Mika going down to Mar-a-Lago to kiss the golden ass. Why? It's all simple. Because Trump said it best. He is going to revoke every social media outward that spoke against him for retribution against him. What you don't understand about narcissism about themselves. And if anyone or anything that stands in his way, prepare for a fight of retribution. Kamala Harris said it best. If she was elected president, she would get to work at day one. Trump as president, retribution, not at day one, but behind the scenes. Look at the cabinet picks. They're all jokes. What qualifications? Trump is giving America the FU card. That's right. He gave America the FU card. You laughed at me. You made fun of me. You think I couldn't do it. I beat all odds. I'm going to make fun of the legal system. I'm going to make fun of the Department of Education. Yes, here's the thing. He's doing this. He gave you the playbook. Did we take him seriously? No, because mainstream media normalized his behavior. I say this again. Joe, Mika, and the mainstream media normalize his behavior. What's the definition of normal? What's the absolute definition of normal? What may be normal to one person may be abnormal to the next. It's all about perception. Mainstream media perceived that everything was going good. But in the light of the truth, it was working behind the scenes. And we got complacent. The most dangerous thing in America history, not only America, Germany, Russia, China, Italy, Philippines, when it comes to dictatorships, complacency. Don't get complacent. Be aware of your environment. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Look at the red flags. Hear the whistles blowing and be prepared. Yes, there are going to be dark times ahead. But are we going to bow down? Hell to the no. Agree to disagree? We need to come together, right and left. Sit down and break bread. Put our differences aside and move forward. With that being said, Raison, what is your purpose in life and in the fight for democracy?